Luke 8:17. For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad. Kol Halal Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai Bahasham Rakah HaKodash. Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so, now more so than ever. The would-be judges of the 144,000 and the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird among the heathen that look like those heathen nations. And to the few Akwaf that are listening and learning, to you I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of the Great Millstone, coming at you with another historical lesson full of receipts. And this is a video that I stumbled across by We Woke Now. And it looks like two Jewish professors or rabbis. I'm not sure if they're rabbis or not, or historians. But going into, Professor, you got the name there, Professor Daniel Lexer and Yehuda Halevi, all right? So, he's two tribes, this other guy. Okay, but he's asking him a question about the whole Khazarian thing. There's ample evidence of the Khazarian Empire. There's ample evidence of the conversion from many sources. All right. But yet cognitive dissonance, and once you build a lie, you have to just keep building upon that lie. All right. So there was two times in history. You had the time in history when you just had heathen nations that wanted to follow the law, statutes, and commandments and follow the ways of the Israelites, and they use that term, roughly that Jewish term. All right, because you can't convert to someone's nationality or race. And there was the 12 tribes of Israel, not the 12 tribes of Jewish. All right, anything Jewish is talking about conversion, people following the ways. All right, remember the word Jewish is a hijack for the word Israelite. All right, or for the kingdom of Judea, which made up three tribes, the tribes of Judah, Levi, and Benjamin. Okay, so you had the time during Esther, the celebration of Purim, all right, which is a celebration of destruction of a people, in order for the Israelites to have their sovereignty, their royal, holy sovereignty. And then you had the forced conversion of Edomites, descendants of Esau, Edom, from the Herodian family, the Herodian dynasty. All right, that were and the people that was connected to that, who were forced to follow the law, statutes, and commandments under John Hyrcanus, one of the last of the family members of the Maccabees. So you have those two instances. All right, and then the third instance was the Khazarian conversion, all right, which happened many years after the second one, because I think that first conversion happened around the 1st century, all right, somewhere near there, and then this Khazarian conversion happened. Well, the scholars here are going to talk about it. So I'm going to let them speak for a few minutes. I'll probably maybe about 3 or 4 minutes of this video play. And then I'm just going to come with evidences, receipts, and scripture and close this thing out. All right. That they're very well aware, all right, that these people in the land of Israel that speak the Yiddish, all right. And remember, Yiddish is a German Slavic language, all right. Hebrew admixture, written in Hebrew characters. As a matter of fact, I'm holding here the Winston Simplified Dictionary Encyclopedic Edition with biblical references, and let's pull it up on the screen. All right. And let's just angle the camera there. And they won $197 for it, brand new. $149. You can see it at the bottom there. All right. That's that book. And then we have the Winston Simplified Dictionary, which is what I'm holding in my hand. And they want $197.41. So they have them in stock. And there's mine. All right. So we're going to go produce the first receipt and then play this video. All right. That these people are not speaking a legitimate Hebrew. And the fact, and I always tell you that the fact that they use the Assyrian script is also evidence of their fraud. All right. Because the Israelites, the southern kingdom, the house of Judah, never used the Assyrian script, and the evidence is from the time of their fall when Jerusalem fell. The coinage from the kingdom of Judea at the time was the ancient Paleo, the Phoenician form of Hebrew. But here's Yiddish, and we'll just, those of you who are new, this is page 1156 in the book you just saw on the screen. All right. Okay. Yiddish, Jewish, Jude, a kind of German and Hebrew language, the Slavic too, spoken by the Jewish, really, not the actual Judeans, the Hebrews, and written and printed in Hebrew characters. All right. So it's written and printed in Hebrew characters, but it's not the authentic language. All right. First receipt. All right. Spoken by Jews and written or printed in Hebrew characters. And it's written in the Assyrian script. All right. Let's get to the second receipt and then we'll get to this video. So we're establishing that they're lying right out the gate before they even get started. Okay. So this next receipt is going to be in this book, this dictionary, Bible. And yeah, I marked these pages off for a reason. Oh yeah, well here's just one. Peek of the Hebrew inscription from the fragment. This is on page 902. From Hazar reads, for Pequot Semater. But here, we'll show you. You see, that's the Paleo Phoenician script. All right, that is what was used during the time, the fall of Jerusalem at the hand of the Romans, the Edomite Romans. And we're going to show you the receipts that the Romans was started by the Roman nation, the Roman Empire was started by Edomites. Okay, so I'm going to find the Maccabees. There we go. Found the Maccabees, showing their heritage. Trying to find those coins. That's what I'm looking for. All right, here we go. That's one, but that's not the one I was looking for. Because that's before the Maccabees. But it still goes to show you that the Judean Empire, this is on page 558, they were not using the Assyrian script. Okay? They were using the ancient Paleo-Hebrew. So you have to ask yourself, why did they start you? Because the northern kingdom went into the Assyrian captivity. The house of David, or should I say the kingdom of Judah, didn't go into the Assyrian captivity. So they were never introduced. They never would have, the northern kingdom was forced to use the Assyrian script. They were in that captivity. So you have to ask yourself, when did that happen? Why did that happen? And the main reason why they do that, all right, is because when the northern kingdom came here to the America, they began to write in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew again. And the reestablishment of the Jewish empire, or of the, of this whole Judaism thing, was starting in the 16, 17, 1800s. And that would have been a problem if they identified the fact that the natives of the Americas, as they were brutally enslaving, rape, robbing, and taking the resources in the land from the people. You're right. That would have, and you would have been able to identify that, well, this is Hebrew. All right. So they were using the Assyrian script to keep that separation so that they can keep up their lie. And that's the obvious evidence right there within itself. All right. But, matter of fact, let's get that other scripture in Luke. Then we'll place a few minutes of this video, show a few more receipts, devastating receipts, and wrap this thing up. This is Luke 12:2, and it reads, "For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known."
Before, obviously, the Khazars and the king and the nation that converts in the Khuzari to the Jewish religion. What is the historical support? There's been so many novels, so many books on the Khuzars and the Khazar and the empire, and et cetera, et cetera. What's the historical support for that whole story?
Okay, I'd say the world's knowledge about the Khazars started in the 10th century when Chasdai ibn Shaprut, who was the sort of foreign minister of Abdul Rahman III, the Caliph, the Umayyad Caliph of Andalusia, of Muslim Spain, heard from travelers that there was this nation in Central Asia, the Jewish nation. He wrote a letter and received to the king and asked what's going on. He received a letter back. This is from a king of the time named Yosef, who explains what I said before about the king's search for the true religion. It is true that many people over the years have doubted the historicity of the letter. There has question.
It's called cognitive dissonance. All right. You can look that definition, look the meaning of that word up. And basically it's when people, when evidences are presented that proves their beliefs to be fraud, to be false, they kind of shut down. All right. Then that's the problem with people, is that the evidences are so hurtful, because you got a portion of, you got a huge portion of Jewish people that know that they're converts. All right. But the average Jewish person has been brainwashed to believing that they're really the bloodline of Jacob, not knowing that they're the bloodline of Jacob's brothers Esau. All right. And as that evidence in history is presented, imagine if it were you. That means that you're everything that you've been taught to hate. You are everything that you're against. That means your whole existence is a lie. So it hits them really hard. All right. And some of them, know it to be true. It's just too hard for them to accept. So they fight it. And that's pretty much what's going on here. The evidence is clear.
Of whether it's just
even more so with the prophecies. All right. But, I've done only the Lord knows how many videos with prophecies. So, we're just going to present some receipts to prove that their history is a fraud. Their existence is a fraud. They're converts masquerading as being the people of the Lord. And their time is up. They're exposed. They've been exposed for quite some time now. All right. I mean, you even had, going back to World War II, writers, Edomite writers, because these people, as the beloved elder Yashawamba pointed out, the elder bro Yashawamba pointed out, that I just lost my chain of thought. On the Lord's will, it'll come back. But I'll speak on the other brother, the other head of the Dallas camp. I was listening to the brother Ariala, and it's amazing because I was just watching a video that I may do a response to about a Patriot nurse talking, speaking boldly about, making America great again, and this, that, and the other, and all Christian and love and Christianity and love and making it great again, and while yet ignoring the actual history, the murderous, colonial, unethical history, and all the heinous acts that were done to take America from the people who are already here. And it was all done in the name of love and Christianity. The murder, rape, robbery, disease with warfare. They use disease warfare, all manner of tactics. And these were God-fearing Christians that did this. And many of them knowing that they were taking the land from the actual people of the book, the Israelites. All right, because there's many books written, probably even more books written about the natives being the lost tribes. Not to mention that it also says it in the Bible. Hence the reason why the Bible Destruction Group removed the Apocrypha. Okay?
The king and the royalty or the nobility that converted, or everyone who converted, we don't have any literature as such from the Khazars. However, in the past, say 50 years or so, more and more research has substantiated the letter from Yosef.
So we can stop right there. Recent research has substantiated the claim of the Jewish Khazar. So, no matter what he says from this point on, it doesn't matter. So now I'm going to produce some of these receipts, all right? Now, this was some information that a former member, a brother who's still in the faith. He's no longer part of GMS, but he still believes, he still goes out, he's doing his own thing. But, the brother, is friends with me on the internet on one of those social sites, and he sent me this information. And it's about Zepho, who is a son of Eliphaz, a grandson of Esau, found at Rome. All right, as a matter of fact, I'll just put it up on the screen. And this is the information. All right. And that was the search. Zepho found at Rome. And it says, according to the book of Josephon, Jepho, the son of Eliphaz, the grandson of Esau, founded the Roman dynasty and Rome itself. Zepho's sons would later rule after him. And then all of a sudden, you got this myth of Romulus and Remus. They come with this man, raised by a wolf and fed by suckling the breast of a wolf, and one brother killed the other. That's the myth, that the lie that they push to get away from this fact. All right. So we got some more receipts for Zepho. Okay. And I'm going to play this short video here.
You ready?
I'm ready. What's on your mind?
I want us to do a quick summarize.
Sure. What specific topic or discussion do you want to summarize?
The same as the last, but this time we're going to do a confirmation. So we have confirmed that King Herod the Great, Philip II, and Zepho are all related to Esau, correct?
100%.
that's correct. King Herod the Great, Philip II, and Zepho are all connected to Esau. Herod and Philip were descendants of the Edomites, while Zepho is often associated with Esau in various historical texts. Do you want to dive deeper into any of them?
Yes, but this also confirms that the bloodlines mentioned in the Bible are real, correct?
Yes. It confirms that the bloodlines mentioned in the Bible are considered real and significant in historical and biblical contexts. These bloodlines often carry specific implications for identity and lineage. Would you like to explore more about any specific bloodline or its significance?
So if we can confirm that all of these bloodlines are linked together, then that possibly means that everything else in the Bible is true too.
That makes sense. If these bloodlines are confirmed to be interconnected, it can support the idea that the narratives and events in the Bible hold historical truth as well.
So
This
what he was
perspective
doing, he was
often
talking
strengthens
to
faith in the
an
overall
AI.
story.
That's what was going on here. All right. This was an AI voice responding to him. And here, all right, are those bloodlines. So we know that Zepho started the Romans, and you might want to screenshot this. Okay. Let me pull it out so you can get a really good image of the whole thing. This is one you want for your records. All right. There it is. All the way up to America today. The British Empire in America today. Screenshot. So there's no shadow of a doubt. All right. As you see on the screen, the research has been substantiated. The people in the land of Israel, all right, are indeed Edomites. All right. They are not the people of the Lord. Okay. They are not. And yet they rule over the whole world. They rule over their own people and don't share the blessing with them. They had you all out there voting. I thought this was interesting. Came across this today because this is what has happened. All right. That's what happened when you voted. Israel won because they're in control. All right. The results are in. Okay. It says that Amalek is the first of the nations. All right. But matter of fact, let's get that. This is Numbers 24 and 20. And it reads, "And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever." So, you know, these Edomites are exposed, man. The only thing left to do is they're going to have to shut and cut off the internet. All right. They're going to have to shut down and cut off the internet. And eventually they are, you know, through all this different legislation and, you know, and then they're going to connect it to the MOTB. All right. You'll have to log in and use your MOTB status thing they're going to shut this all down because the evidence is overwhelming. All right. And these people look foolish trying to even, wearing the little hat and still trying to keep up, which is something that the Israelites didn't do. That was a Greekish custom, an Edomite custom that they brought in. That's how you know the difference between the actual Israelites and the Ishis, because the Israelites wore the crown of their head exposed. You got to remember, Esau does everything opposite of what's righteous and what's holy in the Bible. All right, collectively. So let's get one of my favorite scriptures, and we'll close with that. So we presented the receipts were presented. This is 2 Ezra 6, 27 and 28. And it reads, "For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared." All right. Just jump down to verses 7 through 9. It says, Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of times? And when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Esau is that man of perdition who has to be exposed, who has to be shamed, shameful spirit upon his glory. All right. And you know, when his fall comes. So when the world embraces the world, many nations of the world actually know, but you got to remember, we just saw who controls everything. All right. They won the election. Remember, every president has to go put on the little hat and go hump what's left of Fort Antonia that they fraudulently call, you know, the Temple Mount. That was Fort Antonia. All right. There's not a stone left of the temple. The temple was completely destroyed. And that's completely not biblical. But every president has to put on that small hat, go over there, hump, pray that wall. All right. Pray to that wall, at that wall. And then, you know, make a speech with the whole, you know, AIPAC sign behind them and swear their allegiance. All right. So, you know, they won the election yet again. It was rigged. So with that, all praise, all honor and glory be unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah HaKodash, Kwam Yasharallah, Abad Babal.